Good morning, students. A warm welcome to all of you in the world of mathematics. Here, myself, Mrs. Karuna Deve, who is eager to post the video for 8th standard maths from State Board for English medium students. In our yesterday's video, we have learned about the practice set number 2.3 from the second unit, that was parallel lines and transversal. Now, let's move towards our third unit, that is indices and cube root. Before going to start our actual content regarding indices and cube root, let's recall the previous knowledge. In earlier standard, we have learned about the indices and the laws of indices. Let's see the here. Here I have taken one example, that is 2 raised to 5. This is one of the example of indices. As we know that 2 is called as a base and this 5 is called as a index. If we will solve the sum, that is 2 raised to 5, then we can multiply the base, it means 2, to the index time, it means 5 times, that is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 and then last 2. So 5 times we are going to multiply the base, it means 2. So this is called as a product form. And this one is called as a index form. And the answer whatever we are getting from this calculation, that is 32. Let's see how. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 2s are 32. So this 32 is the answer of this calculation, which is called as a value. Now, if we want to read the same number, that is 2 raised to 5, then how we will read it? See here now, 2 raised to the power of 5. Otherwise, there is another way, that is 5th power of 2. These are the two ways in which we can able to read the number. In the same way, we have also learned about the laws. There are 8 most important laws of indices we have learned in our 7th standard. Just recall it. The first one law is, if m and n are integers, then a raised to m multiply with a raised to n, then answer will be a raised to m plus n. If the number is 5 raised to 3 multiply 5 raised to 2, then the answer will be 5 raised to 3 plus 2, and answer is 5 raised to 5. Our second law was a raised to m divided by a raised to n. The answer will be a raised to m minus n. If 5 raised to 3 divided by 5 raised to 2, then answer will be 5 raised to 3 minus 2. The answer will be 5 raised to 1, or we can directly write it 5, because if the index is 1, there is no need to write the index. Our third law was a multiply b bracket raised to m, then a raised to m multiply by b raised to m. If 5 multiply by 6 and bracket raised to 2, then 5 raised to 2 multiply by 6 raised to 2. Fourth one law was, if a raised to 0, then answer will be 1. If the number which is having 0 is at index place, then the answer will be 1. Suppose 5 raised to 0, then answer will be 1. Our fifth one law was, a raised to negative m is equal to 1 upon a raised to positive m. Let's see how it is possible. 5 raised to negative 3 is equal to 1 upon 5 raised to positive 3. Let's see the next one. A raised to m bracket raised to n. Then answer will be multiplication of the both index, that is a raised to mn. If 5 raised to 2 and bracket raised to 3, then answer will be 5 raised to 2 into 3. Answer will be 5 raised to 3 to the 6. The next law was a upon b bracket raised to m. Then we will provide the index to the separate, that is 5 upon 6 raised to 3, then 5 raised to 3 divided by 6 raised to 3. And the last one law was a upon b raised to negative n. Then in the answer we have to do the reciprocal of this two numbers, then the negative index converted into the positive one. Suppose 5 upon 6 is the number and its index is negative 3. Then this denominator will be at the place of numerator and it goes at the place of denominator. So 6 upon 5 bracket raised to positive 3. So like that way we all are very much aware with the all these 8 most important laws of indices. Friends, up to now we have seen that the index or the power of any number is just a simple number. Suppose 5 raised to 3. This 3 is the index, or it is also called as a power. If it is in just simple format, then it is very easy to understand its meaning. But if this index is in a rational format, suppose it is 1 upon 2 or 1 upon 3 or 1 upon 5 or any number, then how we can able to call them and what its meaning, that we are going to see here now. In the same way, if you want to show the square of any number, suppose the square of 5, then we are putting the 2 at over its head. Then if we want to show the square root, it means square root of 5 we can able to show by placing the 5 as a base and 1 upon 2. If the index place is having rational number and its denominator is 2, then it means that it is a square root of 5. Let's take the another example. Suppose if you want to show square root of 36, then what we will do, we will put the 36 number into the symbol of square root. In the same way, we can able to write the 36 as it is, and at the index place of it we are going to write 1 upon 2. So the meaning of this, that 36 raised to 1 upon 2 and the symbol of square root under the square root of 36 is the equal or the same one. In the same way, the cube of any number, suppose cube of a, how we will write it? A raised to 3. And if you want to write the cube root, then how we are going to write it? A raised to 1 upon 3. Or we can also write the symbol of square root, and if we will put the cube, it means 3 here, and we will put the number a is here, then its meaning is cube root of a. In the same way, in the rational format or in the format of indices, we can write it a raised to 1 upon 3. Now for clear understanding, let's take the numeral example. Suppose we want the cube of 4. Then 4 into 4 into 4, that is a product form of this number, and the answer is 64. Cube of 4 is 64. It means 4 raised to 3, its answer is 64. So if you want to write the cube root of 64. Then how you will write it? At first, we will put the symbol of cube root, square root. We will put the 3 here and the 64 will be here. Or we can also write it 64 at base place. We will put the bracket here and raise to 1 upon 3. So this is also the cube root of 64 and this one is also the cube root of 64. It means that cube root of 64 is expressed as 64 raised to 1 upon 3. So what is our general formula? That is nth root of a is expressed as a raised to 1 upon n. I am repeating it. Nth root of a is expressed as a raised to 1 upon n. Let's take one more example. Suppose the base is 900 and its index is 1 upon 12. Then how we are going to write it in the index format? It means in this format, the base is 900 and index is 1 upon 12. It means that it is 12th root. 12th root of 900. Or suppose the base is 105 and index is 1 upon 7. So how we are going to read it? That is 7th root of 105. So in the practice set number 3.1, we are going to learn it in detail. Now let's start the practice set number 3.1. Here is our first question is, express the following numbers in index form. The first number is 5th root of 13. Here, if you read the question carefully, then you know that 13 will be the base and 5th root is the index number. So how you will write it? 13 is as base and 5th root, it means give the bracket to 13 and index is 1 upon 5. See the next number now, 6th root of 9. Again 9 is base and 6th root, it means 1 upon 6 is the index number. Let's move towards the third question now. Square root of 256. So 256 is the base and index number is 1 upon 2. Our fourth question is cube root of 17. Again 17 is our base and cube root, cube it means 3. So cube root, it means 1 upon 3 is the index number. Did you got the students how to write the number in index form? In the same way, the next two numbers, that is 5th and 6th one, you have to convert in the index form and complete the question number 1. Now let's move towards our question number 2, that is write in the form nth root of a in each of the following numbers. Here index form is given already and we have to convert them into the nth root of a. Our first question is 81 is the base and bracket raised to 1 upon 4. So how we will convert it? 81 is the base, so that we are going to write afterwards. And what is the index? That is 1 upon 4. So the answer is 4th root of 81. Number 2 is there. Now here 49 is the base and 1 upon 2 is the index number. So 1 upon 2 is there, it means square root of 49. This is our answer. square root of 49. Now, third question is given where 15 is the base and 1 upon 5 is the index number. So, our answer is fifth root of 15. Question number 4 is there. 512 is the base and 1 upon 9 is the index. Then how we are going to write it? Ninth root of 512. Here up to now we have solved our fourth question from question number 2. Now the remaining two, that is question number 5, that is 100 is base and 1 upon 19 is index, and sixth one is 6 is a base and 1 upon 7 is the index number, that you are going to complete in your classwork notebook. Like that way your question number 2 will be over. Hence, in this way we have finished our practice set number 3.1. Students, you have to practice a lot. Now students, there is a special activity for you which you have to write in your classwork notebook. On the page number 14, there are the laws of indices are given that you have to copy, and just after that the special question is given on the base of laws of indices. That too you have to write in your classwork notebook. And then after that you have to complete your today's homework, that is practice set number 3.1. We will meet again in our next video. Up to that, take care of yourself. Stay at home only. Thank you.